Hi everyone, welcome you all. So let us learn histogram today. So what is histogram? So histogram is an accurate graphical representation of the distribution of numerical data. It is an estimate of the probability distribution of a continuous variable, or you can say quantitative variables, and was first introduced by Carl Pearson. It is a type of a bar graph only. To construct a histogram, the first step is to bin the range of values. That is, divide the entire range of values into series of intervals and then count how many values fall into each interval. The bins are usually specified as consecutive non-overlapping interval of a variables. The bins or intervals must be adjacent and are often of equal size. Here is an example of a histogram. You can see we have a bin, and in the bin we have the intervals, and for a particular interval we have a particular frequency. For example, let's take this interval, we have 30, and in this 30 category 25 to 30 we have only two values. Okay, so now you can see in 20 we have only a very small bar that represents 1, and then we have a 25 representing 8 values in it, and then we have a 30 that represents a 20. So it is a kind of a bar graph only, but it represents the number of values falling in that particular interval. Okay, so let us see how to draw this in our Python. Let us start by importing some modules. Import matplot library dot pl pyplot as plt, and then we will be needing our numpy array as np. Let us create an array. We have, let's say, x is equals to np dot random dot randint, and specify some values. Let's say 1 to 100, and number of values must be 100 only. Okay, so if I try to print this value, you can see my array will be created. So this is my array. Now let us count number of values between print. Now let us find out the number of elements falling in the range between 0 to 10. To do that, what we are going to do, we are going to use a filtering. Okay, x is less than equals to less than 10, and if I try to print, you will get a boolean values. You can see, okay, it's just it. So basically the values which fall inside the category, you will find true for those and false for otherwise. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to get an array from it, so you can see. Okay, let's do it. So this will give me the number of elements, or all the elements which falls between 0 to 10. So these are my elements, and if I want to print the length, just I have to use a len function. Okay, let's use this len function, and then you can see I will get a number. Okay, so that's fine for me. Let's get rid of this data, and let's use our hist function to create a histogram on the x. Okay, and let's bins be 10. Okay, now let us execute this program. Before that, let's have a show function so that my histogram is displayed. Let's execute it, and now you will see 6 or 5. I think 0 is also included. Okay, that's why we are having this value. Let's run this one more time like this and check it out. So we have 12. No, now you can check out the result. We have 17 values between 0 to 10, so this shows me 17 values exactly. 16, you can see 16, just above 16, it may be 17. And then we have, similarly we have from 10 to 19 these values, that is 9. And then we have 20 to 29, we have 3 values similarly. Okay, so on. So let's have, now let us increase our bins to 50. Okay, and let's execute this program and see how my histogram looks like. And you can see my histogram is somewhat like this. Okay, now let us add one more parameter, that is cumulative. Cumulative is equals to, let's say, true. Now this will, it will show a histogram in an incremental order. Okay, let us execute this piece of our code and check it out. So now what you can see is 0 1 0 2 10, then 20, 40, 50 up to the 100. So now incrementally you can say that from here to here it is this much, and then here to here if you calculate this much. Okay, so cumulative, so total values falling in this range is, you can say, like this. Okay, so in this way it is incrementing value by value. Okay, now let us have one more parameter, that is, let's get rid of this first of all, so that we can later on review this. Just paste it here, just paste it here, get rid of this, and let's have one more parameter called hist step, actually hist type, and then we are going to specify value as step. And let's execute this piece of a code and check it out, my histogram. Now you can see instead of filled graphs bars, we have empty or unfilled histogram. Okay, one more parameter, let's change our orientation. Orientation is equals to let's specify horizontal or vertical. Horizontal. Let's run this and check it out. Now you can see my histogram, it is oriented as a horizontal, in a horizontal, sorry. Now let us see how to create a histogram for 2 elements. Okay, I'm going to copy this one, paste it here, and we have some other values, let's say y, and this time it's perfectly fine, no problem. And then specify a list here and comma y, let's say. Let's get rid of this and check out our histogram. Okay, so now you can see my histogram is plotted for 2. Let's change the orientation and histogram. I do not need this, so let's make it comment. Just copy here and specify like this, and specify list of our data, and here we have, let's do not discuss about this, and let's run this one. So now you can see my histogram is drawn, and it is drawn for both the values or both the arrays. Let us change the value of bins from 50 to 10, and let's execute this so that it looks nice. So here we have our histogram. You can see it is plotted against the 2 axes, 2 values, 2 arrays, right? So let's close it. As we have done previously, we can specify title also. plt.title, we can specify, let's say, histogram only, and let us execute this. You can see my histogram will be plotted very soon. Okay, and now you can see the title histogram. You can similarly specify x and y label. Okay, now one more thing we have to notice, that we can specify his type, and we can specify these values in his type. Okay, so let us use our bar stacked here. So I'm going to use his type is equals to bar stacked. Okay, let's run this program and check out how my histogram appears this time. So now you can see my histogram is here and it is stacked one above the other. Okay, so now this is how we can draw a graph or a histogram on two axes or two lists. Sorry for my spelling mistakes. Okay, now you can see my histogram is drawn. Okay, now let us specify customized color. Color is equals to, let's have a list of a color. Let be R comma and G. Okay, so these will be my two colors. Let's run this program and check out my graph. So you can see my color is changed now. So now let us conclude our topic. This is what you can do in histogram. And now the question time. What you have to do, you have to draw a histogram for the Excel which we have used in previous example, that is our cricket 01 dot CSV. You have to pick a data from that and you have to draw a histogram on the run score. Okay, send me a snapshot of your histogram. Okay, till then, bye bye. Next we are going to learn some other charts or graphs using Matplot library. So goodbye for now. Bye bye.